Hello everybody, it's Twig Studios here, and welcome to my forest. And as you can see by today's video, I've decided to do another Evil Dead thing, because I realize a lot of people like the Evil Dead stuff on my channel. Like, a lot. Like, seriously, I'll probably have a picture of the 70 views on my second ever Evil Dead review, and thank you for that, people. I love you guys. And here today, I decided to just, do an Evil Dead review because I want to. I'm also going to try to put some background music in the video for once because, I don't know, it feels kind of eerie whenever I'm editing the videos, so I'll just try and add some background music in the video. Maybe even the Evil Dead, maybe even Evil Dead the game, its song, I guess, would be the correct term for that. So, wow, I'm just really not being, oh, sorry. Maybe I'll even add in the Evil Dead the game soundtrack. Anywho, let's get on to the old figure. Now, for this one, I just kind of felt bad for my old Ash custom. Reason why is I just kind of felt bad for my figure, for this guy. Really, like, I just do. Like the second review I ever did of this guy just never worked out well. Like, the lighting was crappy and you couldn't see anything. So I'm just gonna get his accessories out the way first. This is the original chainsaw hand, kind of part right there too with the handcuff trick. If you don't know about that, yeah, I just basically did what most people do. I just added a bar on here, cut the bottom handle down, and so that way the hand could fit in there. Added this like rounded slope, added this rounded tile, rounded flat tiles just so it'd be on there. Added a bar right here, chainsaw here, and then I used sticky tack on this part, which is not my proudest moment. The shotgun I feel a bit more proud on. It's a double barrel shotgun. I recently just found this, by the way. I did the first video on my first attempt at this video. I tried, I couldn't find it, and then I just found it recently, so that's fun. So what I did for this one is I just got like a, I think it was a musket piece. No, not a musket piece. Yeah, it was a rifle from like from like a Brick Arms rifle or something. And then this is just the solid double barrel shotgun. And then I just, cut the barrel off of this, cut this from the body, and then just glued that to that. And it kind of looks good, kind of doesn't. I painted it a lot so that it looked like that. Either way. So this is the figure itself. Not my best figure, but still one of my favorites. It's one of the older figures I've made. Ouch, kabibbles, he fell down. It has yellow skin. It has the pitch black hair with the little streak on the top because it was Doctor Strange hairpiece. And you know what? I still like it. It's not the best figure I've ever made, but I still like it. Holds a special place in my heart. I also tried hot gluing it onto the inside, and that worked for like about a while. And then it fell off. Anyway, on to the figure that y'all wanted to see. So here's the new Ashley J. Williams, played by Brucey Boyd Campbell, who is the greatest gilf of all time. Yeah, so for this one, what I wanted, so specifically when I kind of made the first video, so when I was first trying to make a new Evil Dead thing, one of the things I did was I actually made a different version of Ash. I'll show him a bit later in the video. But one of the things I felt super bad about was the fact that I was releasing him as kind of a remake version of the old one, which is like the Evil Dead 2 version, or like the end of Evil Dead 2. So I decided, hey, why not just make the Evil Dead 2 version? So what I did is I just searched up the Evil Dead so what I did is I searched up the Army of Darkness Ash from the Evil Dead the game, which I now have. It's fun. My dad got me PS4 a while ago, so that game was pretty much useless until then. Thanks, Father. I know you subscribed to my channel. Thanks, Dad. Love you. Either way. So what I did for the body is I had originally I made it into a Superman body, or was going to at least. But then instead I decided, hey, why not just turn it into Ash, since I'm probably never going to use it as a Superman. So what I did is it was a dark blue body originally, and then I grabbed what I call it sand blue. I don't know why I call it sand blue, but I call it sand blue. This blue fog, Fog Pazuzu. Either way. And then I just kind of dry brush that onto the surface of it. And then for the parts, is it focusing in even? Oh, there we go. Either way. And then for the other parts of it, I used a light gray. It's called Dove Gray paint for all of like the rips and tears that then show his skin, and also some of the lining on the shirt. So like the pocket on here is all lined like that. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Sorry, my cat's sneezing. And his all of the shirt detail. I also tried again, like the other figure that I'll show in a little bit. I tried painting on all the detail before I put on the straps, because it's always kind of a bitch to do. I think it's what I do for this guy, actually. Either way, I made his face look like tons more accurate, because I used the Loki face. And I think the Loki face, specifically this one, and the back face, do actually look a lot like Bruce Campbell's character. That do look a lot like Bruce Campbell, especially in his, especially when he's in Evil Dead 2. And now this figure isn't fully finished yet. It's pretty much finished till now, but I'm definitely going to add on to the figure. So here's all the scratch marks. Again, I just went off the model of the game, and then I'm gonna try and turn this into something like maybe like Evil Ash or something. Like he turns to a diet for a few minutes, or like that one scene where he's all like, "We cut up our girlfriend with a chainsaw. Wasn't that fun?" He didn't say it like that, but we'll cast it like that. Either way, I do like how the figure turned out. And then for the legs, I also use the Loki legs because I like them a lot. They just work out fine and dandy. And here's one thing that I'm definitely going to add on later on this figure is definitely more blood effects. So I just added the scars and everything to it. I also added a bunch of scars in the arm. By the way, weird thing, I actually couldn't find any scars on the model for the game. And I don't know why I couldn't find that. I think it's because specifically when I first did the anything for the Ash vs. Evil Dead character, Evil Dead characters, specifically this guy, I just went off of my memory and the NECA figure I had. So he has some things on there that the game model doesn't have. So like he has this little tear on his arm, the tear's over here instead. But here I just kind of went off the game model to a very big T, or tried to at least. Same with the straps and everything. So then I just pretty much, I just tried to follow the straps to an exact T. And then I also tried making the holster as best as possible as I could. And then I got like the wavy hair piece or whatever it's called. And then I painted this gray on the side just because it's in the movie. I'll show you an image of it. It's in the movie. It exists. I'm not making that up. Anywho, I also just want to get this gun out of the way. So this gun is just a placeholder gun. It's a lever action it's a brick arms lever action that I cut down to have like a small stock and a small barrel, kind of like the Tallahassee gun from Zombieland. But this is just a placeholder gun because I'm gonna get the BAM double barrel shotgun instead, because it has like 2 interchangeable barrels. So I'm just gonna use that instead. Okay, and now actually I'm going to go on to the second version of Ash that I made for this video. The second version of Ash that I made is more of an Ash vs. Evil Dead version of the character, and I do like how this guy turned out. I still like how this guy turned out. I also added these little things on the bottom of it that I made of tape that represent his clothes. So yeah, for this guy I just pretty much used the my jean jacket as a base. Because originally I had this guy planned out as a what if Evil Dead 4, which is probably not going to come out since the last video that had anything to do with that freaking movie came out like legit 2 years ago. So you know what, I'ma just keep that in the pocket. And then for the strap, so yeah, I just used my jean jacket as a base, so like it has gold buttons, all the lining is pretty much identical to my jean jacket. I also did the same thing that I did the other figure, which was just, paint on all the jacket detail before I put on any of the straps. The straps are exactly accurate to how they are in Ash vs. Evil Dead, especially with the belts. I kind of want to do that because it looks cool. And then he has the Superman hairpiece and Superman head, because I think that looks a lot like Bruce Campbell, especially in his later life when he's getting a bit gray. I also, again, I just made the pants legs, I just made the pants, the gun, and the chainsaw hand pretty much interchangeable. I need to make this guy his, like, robot hand that he has in the show. Here's a weird thing that I kind of want to nitpick about for Ash vs. Evil Dead. For some reason, since it is technically canon in the show that Evil Dead 3 Army of Darkness happened, where's his robot hand? It's what I represented here. He should have the robot hand, but he doesn't. He has like a wooden hand, and then he gets another one in later seasons, or actually not in the first season. Okay, now just before I actually do anything else, I actually want to show what both these figures look like with the chainsaw hand that I made. Now, again, I made the chainsaw hand for this guy first, but I just kind of wanted to but I think it works a lot better with this version. I don't know why. I think it just does, actually. Let me just, I need to get a few more lights in this place, I'm not gonna lie, just so that way I can show off all the figures' glory. But yeah, anyway, onto the chainsaw, actually. So, I think I did the chainsaw is exactly what I did for the first version of it, except I made a few differences. So, specifically with these parts, with like the handle parts on the side, so instead of using like just a bar piece, I used a clamp piece that had a little bit of the nib missing, so then I just glued it to that instead. I also had a toothpick piece that was glued on there to represent like the pull chain, or whatever it's called. It fell off somehow, and I don't know where it is, and I'm scared I'm gonna find it one day. It's gonna come bite me back in the ass. And also, for the attachment place of where the chainsaw hand is, for this one I used the handcuff trick, which you don't know what that is. It's basically getting the Lego handcuffs and then cutting them in the middle, and then just using them as like bracelets or something. But for here, what I did is I cut off the stud, cut a little bit more into it, and then glued it to here, and then glued the hand in there instead with super glue, not hot glue, super glue. And then it's like able to be interchangeable like really quickly and everything, and it like keeps the flow of the figure, flow of the chainsaw. Now for this side, this side definitely I did better on. I actually used paper and then cut out bits of paper and then glued it to the side of the chainsaw, including the other part of the stud to represent the router. And I actually like how this turned out way better. I actually did try to make it look like this one time. It didn't work out as well as I thought it would. So I just painted on silver to represent the teeth, and then red chrome tip pen to make all the detail. I also, by the way, about this figure, as you saw, he has a lot of blood on him. I used the red chrome tip pen on him, and then also when this guy is, I'm definitely gonna add a lot more blood to this guy, just because it's Evil Dead. There's like so much freaking blood and bodily fluids. Like I'm not joking about that. He gets attacked by intestines and a butt and an asshole. He literally gets attacked by an asshole. I am not joking about that. In Ash vs. Evil Dead, he gets attacked by an asshole. They get attacked by every single bodily function in the human body. I'm worried sometimes about these people. Oh, crap. Did I press... Oh my god. I thought I pressed pause. Ray Santiago and Dana De Lorenzo. I hope I'm saying those two names right. Sorry, I thought I pressed pause for a second. I was gonna yeah. Either way. So as you can see, Pablo is less done than Kelly, obviously. Kelly, I have a bit of concept for her. I know what I'm gonna do for her. Pablo, I just go, again, like I did for Ash, pull off the game model of him, and then just go off with that. But as for Kelly, she has well, they both have very simple designs. Again, all the characters have very simple designs. But I think Kelly will be more easy to do, because I gotta find a lot of, because Pablo has some layers to his wardrobe, like the squid shirt that he has, and also, because I'm going off of that. So for Kelly's face, I just use this kind of Scarlett Johansson face. It's like the one they use for Black Widow a lot. I think it does look like Dana De Lorenzo. Again, I hope I'm saying those names right. I'm sorry if I'm not. I'm American. We can't say any name that isn't Shane. Like, literally, we can't say any name that isn't how it's spelt. I'm sorry to say all America, but that's kind of how we are. Unless you are like a linguistic master, in which case, salute to you. But yeah, I think it looks a lot like her. I mean, it doesn't, especially, I think there's an image that I'm probably gonna use, probably not, which is why I'm holding the figure off to the side here. Probably gonna use it. And it does look a lot like this. And then also just, I'm gonna give her a meat cleaver as well, because she uses a meat cleaver in the show to beat the head of a demon, and it's awesome. A Deadite. Pablo, I think this face works a lot. It looks a lot like good old Rey Santiago. Yeah, I hope I'm saying that right. And this is going to be the final hairpiece and final revolver. But I'm going to sand down the hairpiece and also sculpt onto it because it just, I mean, it doesn't look anything like his hair. It has the basis to be his hair, but it's not like his hair. So, yeah. Also, wanted to make Herbert West is what I wanted to do. Because I love Herbert West. He's a good character, and genuinely, I like him. I mean, he's like probably like one of the best horror characters of all time. You can fight me on that. He's along there with Ash, though. Not gonna lie, he's missing some accessories. Of course, he's not really finished yet. I mean, the body is basically finished at this point, but I do need to add blood effects. I need to make his face again because this head's like a placeholder. I'm not using this head. It could work, but I like my Herbert West with a bit of square glasses. So yeah, basically everything but the head is pretty much just finished at this point. So yeah, but I do need to add a few accessories and then add a lot of blood effects. So it's basically my video, guys. So I'm sorry I haven't posted anything in a while. This is me trying to post something and I don't know, get some attention back into my life. But yeah, I also just want to make an announcement or two. So for the chainsaw hand, I'm actually going to try and redo it again, but make it more accurate to how it is and like everything, basically. So I'm gonna use like this Ghostbusters 2016 piece, and as you can see, I'm sanding it down a crap ton, trying to get these freaking valves off, or whatever the hell they're called, levers. No, not levers. I don't know, tubes is what they're called. And basically, as you can see, I'm just trying to, and then I'm gonna sculpt in there a bit of detail, or like fill in this gap, and then just, you know, sculpt on detail, and then, you know, make a new chainsaw. And then also, I'm gonna try and do a review for Evil Dead, the remake, because it's a film I am not the fondest of. So, that's my video, and bye!